All right. Welcome, everybody. We are so excited that you've given up your part of your time on Saturday to join us. So a couple of housekeeping notes before we get started. So we're going to ask everyone to mute their mics until the question and answer at the end. And we would also ask the favor of turning on your cameras if at all possible. We like to see faces. We're very relational, and that will help us keep our energy high and be able to give you the best that we have. And we love to see your beautiful faces, and it does make a difference to us. So we are recording this, but this is just recording it as presenters so that we can review and grow. So also, if you've received the wellness lifestyle assessment in your email, you can pull it out and work on it, while we give everyone a few minutes to jump here into the Zoom. We won't be using it during the presentation, but it might come in handy during the Q&A portion of it. So, and also, be sure to grab a pen and notepad because some of this stuff is juicy and it's going to be quite a few pearls that we'll want you to make sure that you remember. Okay, so lastly, this is an abbreviated version of the full Reclaim Your Health training that's being offered by in-person all over North America. We do encourage you to search out one that is close to you and attend if at all possible to get the full experience. Or we invite our customers to our continued education in the near future that covers some of the parts that we won't be touching on today. So I'm going to introduce the beautiful Miss Jennifer. She's going to take over real quick and get things going.
Thank you, Faith. So welcome everybody to this event and thank you for joining us. As Faith said, my name is Jennifer and I am honored to join Sandy, Faith, and Shelley this morning to present the Reclaim Your Health presentation. Now, we have all been committed to sharing with others and we are passionate about our own wellness and our family's wellness. Now, Sandy joins us from Colorado, Faith from Florida, Shelley is out of Maryland, and I am located in Northern Illinois. Collectively, we have over 25 years of experience with doTERRA and are excited to collaborate with each other and share with you these wellness principles and tools from the provider that we all trust the most, doTERRA.
Today, we're going to talk about doTERRA's wellness pyramid and the foundational health principles that build atop each other. Have you ever played the game Jenga? That's the game where the blocks are stacked in a tall, narrow tower, and during the game, you remove one block at a time until the tower collapses. That ends the game when the tower collapses there. So think of your health like Jenga blocks. We all take shortcuts, removing one block at a time from our well-designed structure. But if we ignore the important things and remove the wrong blocks that weaken the foundation, it all topples. Nutrition, digestion, movement, and metabolism impact all other aspects of our health and well-being. doTERRA is all about proactive, natural ways of addressing root concerns. So temporary or superficial solutions just aren't enough.
Right, the lifestyle choices that we make each day are the foundations for our wellness. Our bodies are generally a reflection of our lifestyles. So doTERRA has created an easy to follow wellness path with products to support us at any point in our journey.
Faith, are you sharing slides? Am I missing that?
No, not.
Okay, while Faith is getting that up, throughout this event, we will be sharing segments taught by Dr. Brannick Briggs. He's the Vice President of Education and the Chairman of the Scientific and Medical Education Board. Dr. Briggs enjoys the full spectrum of family medicine and is a member of the American Academy of Family Physicians. He served as a medical director of his own busy practice, as well as running a nursing home and 2 hospice groups prior to joining doTERRA. He also held the position of the Northern Utah Medical Director for Revere Health from 2014 to 2017. Let's get started learning from Dr. Briggs as he gives us a summary of the wellness pyramid.
I'm excited to be talking to you about the wellness pyramid today, and that's the first concept that is foundational to any wellness approach, is this wellness pyramid. This is similar to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It has a foundation of nutrition and digestion. So if this is not going well, most of what we do to take care of specific complaints is not going to work well, and if it does, it won't work well for long. As an example, if someone's having challenges with sleep, but they're eating at 11:30 p.m., which we know can give them issues with sleep, how we approach will not work well until we discuss nutrition and digestion. As it turns out, 9 out of the 10 most impactful risk factors for health are rooted in poor nutrition. Unhealthy lifestyle leads to a variety of health concerns, and the lifestyle choices you make each day are the foundation for your wellness. Now, the reverse of this is also true. If we pay very little attention to our lifestyle, then we get to focus more on our medical care. I know that you've all seen this in the lives of individuals you've worked with over the years. Many of us are having our own awakening. So let's focus on the wellness pyramid rather than the unwellness pyramid, because that's our goal, to remain well. Today's healthy foods are still very different from the historic diets our genes are programmed for. For thousands of years, agricultural breeding has always had the goal of improving yield and taste. And since many micronutrients don't taste good, they've been inadvertently bred out of our food. The wild apple has about 100 times more phytonutrients and much more vitamin C than apples you can buy in the grocery store today. And this is just one example of what's happened to our entire food supply. This New York Times article, Breeding the Nutrition Out of Our Food, from May 2013, said the loss of these beneficial nutrients did not begin 50 or 100 years ago, as many assume. Unwittingly, we have been stripping phytonutrients from our diet since we stopped foraging for wild plants some 10,000 years ago and became farmers. One would have to eat 8 oranges today to derive the same amount of vitamin A as our grandparents would have gotten from just 1 orange. The U.S. Department of Agriculture report on over 40 common fruits and vegetables has revealed that around 50% of the substances containing vitamins and minerals essential for optimal human health has suffered a considerable decline in nutrient content between the years of 1950 and 1999. Those declines range from 6 to 38%. So in discussing movement and metabolism, I'd like to mention a study on aging by Dr. Mark Tarnopolsky, who published an experiment in 2001 in which they studied mice that had a terrible genetic disease that caused them to age prematurely. Over the course of 5 months, half the mice were sedentary, and half the mice were coaxed to run 3 times a week on a miniature treadmill. Now, I can't imagine a little tiny mouse treadmill, but they found them. At the end of the study, the sedentary mice were barely alive. The fur that they had yet to fall out had grown coarse and gray. Their muscles shivered, hearts were weak, and the skin had become very thin. Even their hearing was affected. The mice that ran several times a week on those little tiny treadmills, although genetically compromised, were nearly indistinguishable from healthy mice. Their coats were sleek and black. They ran around their cages normally, and they could even reproduce. Exercise almost completely prevented the premature aging in these animals. Hippocrates, around 400 BC, said eating alone will not keep a man well. He must also take exercise. In the early 1900s, with the rise of modern surgery and pharmaceuticals, medicine shifted from a prevention focus to a treatment focus. Interestingly, physicians de-emphasized exercise just as the modern Olympics swelled in popularity and colleges began building stadiums to accommodate America's growing love of spectator sports. In 1905, a physician published an article in the Journal of the American Medical Association stating, quote, "The men on the teams are the very ones whom nature has endowed superabundantly with physical capacity, but on them, the physical director or coach bends most of his energies, while the average student is left to get his physical development by yelling from the bleachers," unquote. Physical activity was no longer the medicine of the masses, but the privilege of elite athletes. In Rest and Manage Stress, it's important to mention this study, which was out of Finland, which indicates that people who are sleeping less than 8 hours daily are 21 to 26% more likely to die from any cause than those who slept more than 8 hours. As a matter of fact, sleep deprivation in mice will kill them faster than starvation can. Sleeplessness can significantly impact your cardiovascular health. One study in Japan showed that those who slept more than 6 hours a night are 4 to 5 times more likely to enjoy significantly better cardiovascular health than those who got less than 6 hours of sleep. Dr. Maiken Nedergaard, a neuroscientist from the University of Rochester, studied the brain during sleep and found that the brain runs a system of checks on itself to ensure that the balance of hormones, enzymes, and proteins aren't too far off kilter, during which time brain cells contract, opening up the spaces between them so that fluid can wash out the toxic detritus that can cause all kinds of problems if it builds up. Quote, "It's kind of like a dishwasher that keeps flushing through to wash the dirt away," unquote. Without that nightly wash cycle, dangerous toxins can damage healthy cells and interfere with their ability to communicate with one another. In the short term, that can impede memory formation and the ability to coherently compose our thoughts and regulate our emotions. So let's talk about reduced toxic exposure and support detoxification. It makes sense that exposure to environmental chemicals has been linked to significant health challenges. Toxic load refers to the harmful chemicals that accumulate in the body through exposure. Now, this exposure can come through air, water, food, chemicals in personal products, and household cleaners. They can also come from medications, plastics, herbicides, and pesticides. And interestingly, our own body produces toxins through a variety of metabolic processes every day. Remember the neurons in the brain contracting during sleep, allowing toxins to be washed out and cleaning up our brains? Those are the toxins that are washed out. Over the last few decades, we've become increasingly aware of how endocrine-disrupting chemicals are affecting us. Now, endocrine-disrupting chemicals, or EDCs, are substances in the environment, food sources, personal care products, and manufactured products that interfere with the normal function of your body's endocrine system. They are chemicals or mixtures of chemicals that interfere with the way the body's hormones work. They act like hormone mimics and trick our body into thinking that they are hormones. They may block natural hormones from doing their job. They could increase or decrease the levels of hormones in our blood by affecting how they're made, broken down, or stored in our body, and can change how sensitive our bodies are to different hormones, which is why they've been linked to numerous adverse human health outcomes that are increasing in rate and effect. We need to start identifying where these toxins are coming from and what we might do to ditch those items and switch to a more natural or pure product that can do the same thing. So let's talk a little bit about informed self-care. Informed self-care is the upper part of our wellness pyramid, which actually becomes part of our health care, where we can take care of some of our needs ourselves. If we were to break down the key areas or pillars of informed self-care, it would include immunity, healthy inflammatory response, metabolic concerns, and mental health. At the end of this presentation, I'm going to take a few minutes and describe some concepts in proactive medical care that I hope that you'll enjoy and really take to heart from the standpoint of a physician. We'll talk about that at the end. Thank you.
As Dr. Riggs mentioned, or as Dr. Riggs just gave us a quick overview of the wellness pyramid. And just like the Jenga illustration that we already talked about, the first concept that he discussed was nutrition and digestion. These two levels of the pyramid are the foundation of our overall wellness. So let's dig in.
Sorry about that, guys. I couldn't get my arrow to unmute myself. All right, so go back here. So as Dr. Rick mentioned, 9 out of 10 of the most important or impactful risk factors are tied to our poor nutrition, meaning that unhealthy lifestyles lead to illness, disability, and even death. So problems like metabolic diseases, joint and skeletal problems, cardiovascular diseases, hypertension, weight issues, violence, and so on can be caused by an unhealthy lifestyle. So unhealthy eating and physical inactivity are leading causes of death in the US. Unhealthy diet contributes to approximately 678,000 deaths each year in the US due to nutrition and obesity-related diseases such as heart disease, cancer, and type 2 diabetes. Most of the food that we consume does not meet our basic health needs. In this video, Dr. Riggs is going to talk about the vitamin and nutrient deficiencies that most people deal with and the difference between the daily recommendations and the daily minimum amount.
Among many things, what we eat has a major impact on our health status, weight, and actually how we feel overall. As mentioned, the typical diet in our modern world is full of highly processed food and lacking in those vital nutrients. Our specific nutrient requirements will depend on several factors like our age, gender, how much we exercise, and other personal health circumstances like pregnancy or serious health concerns. While the amounts and types of nutrients we need can vary from person to person, most of us are likely not reaching our daily requirements for a number of vitamins and minerals. Nutrient requirements are determined by the amount of a vitamin or mineral needed to minimize a nutrient deficiency based on our age, gender, and several other factors. Each gender and age group has a specific set of general nutritional requirements that will help keep them healthy. The estimated average requirement, or EAR, will allow an individual to compare their nutritional intake to requirements based on their age and gender. This chart shows the amount of American adults who are not reaching their daily nutritional requirements for specific vitamins and minerals. At 94% and 95%, a majority of American adults are not reaching their daily requirements for vitamins D and E, 2 of the fat-soluble vitamins. Nearly half of Americans or more do not fulfill nutrient requirements for magnesium, vitamin A, calcium, and vitamin C. The RDA is neither a recommendation nor an allowance, but rather an adequate intake amount. The RDA for protein is based on analysis of nitrogen balance studies. Therefore, the RDA for protein is the amount of protein needed to avoid a negative nitrogen balance. This criterion creates 2 primary problems. Number 1, a misunderstanding of what the RDA actually means, and number 2, the RDA for protein is not based on a health outcome. The current recommended dietary allowance, or RDA for protein intake, is 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight per day, or about 68 grams for a 150-pound adult. This amount of protein is probably not enough to maintain muscle mass, and we really need to be eating 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, which is likely optimal for muscle protein synthesis, especially as one ages.
All right, so many processes and systems in our body rely on proper nutrition. When we don't get those micro and macronutrients that are required, we may see existing conditions worsening, bone, cardiovascular, and metabolic health deteriorating, and our hormones can become an imbalance, to name just a few of the concerns. So in this video, Dr. Riggs is going to talk about macronutrients, proteins, and fats and carbs, and how they fuel our bodies.
Macronutrients are a group of nutrients that provide your body with energy and the components it needs to maintain its structure and functions. Macronutrients are the nutrients we need in larger quantities that provide us with energy. In other words, fat, protein, and carbohydrate. For example, proteins provide essential amino acids, while fats contain essential fatty acids, Your body utilizes these components for specific functions. Macronutrients also contain energy in the form of calories. Carbs are the main energy source, but your body can use other macronutrients for energy if needed. Each macronutrient has specific functions in your body. During digestion, they're broken down into smaller parts. These parts are then used for bodily functions like energy production, muscle building, and giving structure to cells.
All right, so many of us do not get enough protein to meet the minimum amount that our bodies need to maintain muscle mass and function. And they don't even come close to what the body needs to improve in these areas. But protein, as Dr. Ricks just stated, is a vital part of our healthy diet. It's what gives your body the stamina and helps to build the cells and the muscles. So, and we know that most people only get about half of the fiber in their daily diet. The FDA recommends between 25 and 30 grams of dietary fiber every day, depending on the age, weight, and gender. And of course, as we all know, getting plenty of fruits and vegetables is also essential part of our healthy, balanced diets. But it can take a lot of time and effort to prepare those fruits and vegetables that we need to eat on a daily basis. So, and that's what makes these greens and fiber and protein so convenient and easy. But now we're going to talk about micronutrients. So your body has an amazing capacity to heal when you give it what it needs. doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack was created with these facts in mind. Each complex blend has a specific job to assist our bodies with optimal health. So whether you're starting to feel the effects of aging or you just want to promote a healthier lifestyle, doTERRA's designed this supplement pack to provide your body with health, energy, and longevity. So today we're going to be discussing the benefits of each product and how they can be used to support a healthy lifestyle in order to help you look and feel your best. So the Lifelong Vitality Pack includes 3 products that have been specially formulated to provide the body with the antioxidants to support immune health and to promote health energy levels and to give the body proper nutrients that might be missing from our diet. So these products, Alpha CRS plus XE Omega and Microplex VMZ, use safe ingredients along with doTERRA's essential oils to provide individuals with a healthy way to promote vitality and wellness. All right. So as you can see, there are a lot of key points here. So if you'd like to take a screenshot of this slide, you can go ahead and do that for your references. So the combination of these powerful ingredients and essential oils in the XE Omega formula make it a useful supplement for providing the body with a healthy balance of essential fatty acids along with other benefits. And for those of you who may be watching from a phone or a smaller screen, some of the key points are it helps with heart and circulatory health. It can help support healthy function of the brain, eyes, and your nervous system, and provides the body with the natural sources of vitamin D and E. So next, Dr. Ricks is going to talk about the why supplementation of the omega-3s are needed and what role they have in our health.
Telomeres protect the ends of all linear chromosomes against DNA loss and faulty recombination. They shorten during replication and also in response to external stress and damage. Telomerase counteracts telomere shortening, but has non-telomeric functions as well. Omegas are one of the primary ways to slow the decimation of telomeres and maintain the intended lifespan of those telomeres. The adoption of comprehensive lifestyle changes, which include daily supplementation with omega-3 fatty acids, was associated with a significant increase in telomerase activity in normal adult human leukocytes. Individuals who supplement with a quality vitamin and mineral can extend telomeres by as much as 8%. So what do fatty acids do for the cell? Fatty acid constitutes the foundation of cell membranes, provides metabolic energy, affects functions of membrane-bound enzymes and receptors, conducts signaling cascade, and helps in learning-related memory cognition in mammals, including humans.
All right. It's a good thing we have these videos because Sandy could talk forever on just this topic alone. Right. And so for those of you that are looking for vegan options, we also have a vegan formula for them. So now we're going to talk about the Microplex VMZ. So here's another slide that you might want to take a screenshot of. So with so many powerhouse ingredients and desirable benefits, it's easy to see why Microplex VMZ is a must-have product. And again, for those with smaller screens, I'll read a few of the key points. The Microplex VMZ can help support healthy metabolism and cellular energy. It can support healthy immune function and healthy digestion. And this is also available in a vegan formula. So using a proprietary blend of natural extracts and other ingredients, the Alpha CRS formula can help combat the effects of aging on cellular health, energy, and vitality levels. So the list on this slide provides a look at the benefits that can come from using this supplement on a daily basis in conjunction with other healthy habits. So, and then digestive health. We're going to dive into the importance of that next. So since 70% of your body's immune system dwells in the digestive tract, maintaining a digestive health is crucial to the body's overall well-being. The digestive system plays a major role in our overall health, and it brings nutrients to our bodies. Without good digestive health, we experience a host of uncomfortable symptoms such as abdominal pain, bloating, indigestion, and more. And additionally, we may not absorb the nutrition that we're consuming, which can negatively impact our health and well-being. So this is why digestive health is so important. So how do we keep it healthy? It needs to be, our digestive system needs to be well hydrated to function properly. I know we're always talking about drink your water, but we really should make sure to drink enough water according to our weight and our physical activity levels. Without good hydration, we may suffer from constipation, dehydration, and a host of other unwanted symptoms. So a balanced diet full of healthy fruits and vegetables is a great way to get the nutrients and the natural enzymes that help improve our digestive system as well. So outside of drinking water, eating fresh fruits and vegetables and avoiding chemicals and exercising regularly, doTERRA offers several products that support healthy digestion. So here, Dr. Riggs is going to talk about TerraZyme, Digestin, and PB Assist Plus and their benefits.
As specialized proteins that act as catalysts for cellular function, enzymes play a critical role in growth, healing, reproduction, breathing, thinking, immune function, hormone regulation, detoxification, and thousands of other biochemical functions. Enzymes also assist in the digestive process and in converting food into energy in cells, making exogenous enzymes, which must be consumed as the body is unable to produce them, one of the most important components of our diets. Fresh, raw foods naturally contain sufficient enzymes for proper digestion in the body. However, when food is cooked and processed, these naturally occurring food enzymes can be destroyed. Digestin TerraZyme is a proprietary blend of 10 active whole food enzymes that are often deficient in cooked, processed, and preservative-laden foods. TerraZyme includes a variety of whole food enzymes that help with digestion of proteins, fats, complex carbohydrates, sugars, fiber, and other food nutrients. It also supports optimal health by promoting more efficient digestion of food nutrients and by reducing the demand for internal production of digestive nutrients, thus freeing resources for optimal levels of metabolic enzyme production and activity. Digestin TerraZyme can also be used as targeted support for specific food intolerances of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, such as lactose. Each serving of PB Assist Plus delivers 6 billion CFUs, or colony-forming units, of active probiotic cultures and soluble prebiotic fiber to support proper digestive function, particularly of the colon and intestinal tract. Supplementing your diet with probiotics promotes a healthy intestinal tract, increased digestive comfort, optimal metabolism, and the absorption of nutrients in the GI tract. Recent studies suggest that a healthy balance of probiotic bacteria in the gut also helps the body maintain healthy immune system function. PB Assist Plus delivers 6 key strains of beneficial bacteria needed for proper absorption and digestion of foods. This powerful formula includes prebiotic fiber, known as prebiotic fructooligosaccharides, plus 6 billion CFUs of active probiotic microorganisms, Lactobacillus acidophilus, Bifidobacterium bifidum, Bifidobacterium longum, Bifidobacterium lactis, Lactobacillus salivarius, and Lactobacillus casei. DigestZen can be taken internally to ease symptoms of occasional digestive disturbance, such as bloating, gas, and indigestion. As a convenient alternative, you can take DigestZen soft gels once a day or as needed. DigestZen can also be used topically and comes in a touch roller for convenient application on kids. Rub 1 to 4 drops on the stomach before flying or taking a road trip for a calming aroma. You can dilute 1 drop in 4 fluid ounces or more of water or tea to support digestion or minimize motion sickness. DigestZen is designed to be used with or without the complementary line of DigestZen nutritional products.
So next up, we are going to talk about metabolic health. So good metabolic health means that our bodies can digest and absorb nutrients from the food that we eat without those unhealthy spikes in blood sugar, blood fat, inflammation, and insulin. Now, it's important to avoid these unhealthy spikes because they can contribute to the unfavorable long-term impacts on our health. Optimal metabolic health lowers our risk of damage caused by metabolic imbalances. Poor diet, high levels of stress, and a sedentary lifestyle negatively impact our metabolic health. This, in turn, puts us at risk at issues with high blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar imbalances, and large waist circumferences. But there's good news. When we take control of our metabolic health, we're also able to slow biological aging and extend our health span. Don't take our word for it. Some of our latest research, or the latest research at Harvard and other top-tier organizations, show that metabolic health and biological aging, or age, is inseparable. That means the stronger and healthier our metabolic function, the younger we will feel from the inside out. It's a fact of life. As we age, so does our metabolic function. And because our metabolism influences our energy, weight, body composition, sleep, and even our cognitive performance, a decline in metabolic health can have dramatic impacts on our quality of life. Put simply, take control of your metabolic health now is how we take control of the rate we age inside and out. Now, there's a big difference between our lifespan and our potential for health span. Medical advances are helping us to live longer, but not always with the quality of life needed for fulfilling powerful lives. Lifespan has exceeded health span, meaning we're living longer, but not necessarily with the vitality and the health for all those years. In fact, the last 8 years of life are statistically spent with inhibited enjoyment of life because of health limitations. And it's not just the effects of aging. Life is full of stressors that can make us feel much older than we are. We get aches, can't sleep, experience brain fog, and take longer to bounce back than we like. We can feel like we're working overtime just to get through the day. Is that how you want to reach each precious day of your life? Is that how you want to feel in those extra years that we've gained through medical advances? So what's preventing us from living vibrantly? Because the truth is, we can control how you feel. You can control how you feel. It's time to close that gap between lifespan and health span. Now, in this next video, Dr. Riggs is going to discuss closing the gap of our lifespan and health span.
How do we close that gap? Even for the average healthy person, aging markers begin to show up in your 20s. By the time you reach 50 years old, your body is producing about half the NAD plus it was when you were 20. What's NAD plus? NAD is responsible for two types of reactions in the body: metabolic function, which converts food and nutrients into cellular energy, and cellular integrity, which protects your cellular energy factories. Because NAD plus levels steadily fall as you age, there are important implications to metabolic function and the negative effects on DNA that snowball as NAD levels decline. What does that mean? As you age, so does your metabolic function, which plays a role in cellular wellness. And because your metabolism influences your weight, body composition, energy, and even cognitive performance, to close the gap between lifespan and health span, you must take control of your metabolic health.
And
Jenny, I think you're muted.
mute. So sorry. Let me get back into it. Sorry. These are the 4 obstacles. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, good. Sorry about that. These are the 4 obstacles to metabolic health that we are here to overcome: maturing fat cells, cellular integrity, spikes in blood sugar already in the normal range, and inferior supplements. All of these metabolic health obstacles affect our health span, making it hard to live a vibrant life. doTERRA's new product system for metabolic health support is going to fill the missing piece in our wellness lifestyle plan. It's formulated with the intent to support naturally increasing NAD plus and NADH levels in our body, supporting cellular integrity, help smooth out those spikes and dips in our normal range blood glucose levels by promoting healthy insulin activity and response, as well as curbing cravings and inhibiting our fat cells from maturing. This new product line was created to provide support for our bodies on a cellular level and help us to live a youthful and vibrant life. So it's commonly understood that there are healthy eating and beverage choices combined with regular physical activity, we can reduce the size of our existing fat cells. That's exciting. MetaPWR Metabolic Essential Oil Blend is uniquely formulated to support these lifestyle choices by curbing hunger cravings between the meals. Plus, recent research on the new MetaPWR Essential Oil Blend has also shown it can limit the development of new fat cells and growth of existing fat cells. Now, this is where things really get exciting. Remember, our cells including fat cells, do not live forever. By using the MetaPWR Essential Oil Blend daily, combined with natural cell death and turnover, we have the potential to metaphorically freeze our new fat cells at their smallest size. That means the MetaPWR Metabolic Blend can support our goals now and long term. This is why it is such an important part of the MetaPWR system. The MetaPWR Metabolic Blend features clinically balanced ratios of doTERRA's grapefruit, lemon, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon bark essential oils. When all 5 of these oils are combined together at the right ratios, something powerful happens. It can inhibit fat cell maturation, that's geek speak for reduces the likelihood of those fat cells growing. It curbs cravings and supports overall metabolic health. There are 4 ways to enjoy this essential oil, and the oil itself, obviously by dropping that into water, the beadlets to help curb cravings throughout the day, the gum, which is great for on the move, and a soft gel. Plus, this blend is in every product in the MetaPWR system. Now, it's been said that each time our blood sugar spikes, you age. Who here has driven with a teenager or your husband as they get behind the wheel for that first time, right? Remember that feeling of being thrown forward and then back in your seat. I love this metaphor of thinking of our bodies like a car. If we're putting our foot to the floor on the accelerator and then slamming on our brakes, it's going to rapidly increase the wear and tear on the vehicle. It isn't good for our engine or the brakes or the tires or even the seatbelts. Even normal, I lost my spot here, dears. Even normal spikes in the blood sugar can be hard on our body too, and will contribute to poor functioning cells. For most of us, we naturally have post-meal blood glucose spikes. And some of us may also experience dips as we go a long time between meals. The more we can smooth out those spikes and dips in our blood glucose and insulin curves, the better. And of course, this also helps to optimize our energy with more evenly sustained energy levels throughout the day. Now, MetaPWR Metabolic Assist is the next one we would like to speak about. This daily supplement will help you smooth out those curves in blood sugar around meal times. This product is key for closing that gap between health span and lifespan. We want to not only live longer, right? We want to live the maximum life and the most from those years. So MetaPWR Assist features mulberry leaf extract, which has been shown to reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes by 13% when taken with our meals. The mulberry leaf extract helps our body to metabolize the carbohydrates we've just ate at a slow everything down, slow absorption down. Of course, MetaPWR Assist is designed to be paired with a healthy whole food approach to eating. While a whole food diet and regular exercise are the best ways to promote healthy blood sugar regulation, remember that less than 7% of the US adult population have optimal metabolic health. So most of us can afford a little support like this. This is the assist that we all need at mealtimes. Okay, so this next part is super important, and there are two key things we want you to understand about relationship between aging and cellular integrity. First, collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body. There are 28 types of collagen in our bodies. Collagen is a key component to connective tissues that make up tendons, ligaments, skin, muscles, and other body parts. While collagen is something that humans and animals produce naturally, our natural production is starts to drop with age, starting at age 25. So collagen is what gives our skin its elasticity, firmness, and it's also what supports our lean muscle and connective tissue. Connective tissues give our body structure and strength. For example, the ligaments in our knees are composed of collagen. They also allow joints to flex, bend, and absorb shock. Now, as we age, or simply as a result of active lifestyle, repeated stresses are put on the joints, muscles, tendons, and other connective tissues. Even the ever-present force of gravity is constantly taking its toll on your collagen-containing tissues. Second, as we mentioned earlier, NADH and NAD+ are crucial for mitochondrial maintenance and energy production. Remember, NAD+ and NADH production begins dropping dramatically around age 25. NAD+ and NADH converts food into energy and offers protection to our cells' energy factories. Without sufficient NAD+ levels in the body, our cells are not able to generate any energy to survive and carry out their functions. Basically, without NAD+, we would be on the fast track to death. There is new research, new studies, and newly discovered science that is helping us to understand how we can supplement to support production of NAD+ in our bodies, no matter our age. Preclinical studies suggest that supplementing with NAMN, which is the precursor to NAD+, may increase NAD+ leading to a more useful functioning of cells and the body systems. I know that's a lot of information and acronyms to absorb, but you will understand why this is so important in just a minute. So let us give you some highlights of why the collagen in MetaPWR Advantage is superior to anything else you may have tried. First, it's 12 times more absorbable or bioavailable than other collagen products. Second, most collagen replacing products only feature 1 or 2 collagen tripeptide types. MetaPWR Advantage contains 9 unique collagen types. The 12 synergistic ingredients in MetaPWR Advantage give your cells what they need to support cellular integrity. MetaPWR Advantage is delivered in hydrolyzed powder format that is a more active and bioavailable system at the time of taking it. Simply mix this into water immediately before you drink it and then drink it down. I like to mix this in 2 to 4 ounces of very cold water. I blend it up with a small frother and to activate the powder, and then I drink it back in a shot first thing in the morning. But other people have taken this midday or in the evening. Choose what works best for you and your schedule to be consistent. The third step of the MetaPWR metabolic system combines the power of that marine collagen and yeast longevity complex contained in the NMN and NAD, plus 10 other synergistic ingredients to target cellular integrity and health span. It's a powerhouse. This is the product that's going to replace vital collagen in our tissues and support natural production of the NAD+ in our bodies, helping us to slow the signs of aging both inside and out. The 12 ingredients in Advantage work together to give our cells what they need to prevent cellular breakdown. The result is slower biological aging, firmer, more elastic skin, improved cognitive function, more lean muscle and connective tissue, and so much more. Advantage is a game-changing powder supplement that you'll mix in your water in a shaker bottle in the morning to extend that healthy span regardless of your current age. There is nothing out there that even compares. So we outlined the 5 pillars of metabolic health earlier: healthy eating, daily movement, healthy connections, stress management, smart supplementation. Well, smart supplementation is how we get a greater return on our efforts with the other 4 pillars. These products can combine a healthy life with healthy lifestyle choices are a powerful key to unlocking our personal wellness. MetaPWR is not a single product. It's an entire system designed to help us optimize our metabolic health. Every product in the system features the new MetaPWR Metabolic Blend as a key ingredient. The power of doTERRA's essential oils fueling every aspect of the system. We don't just want to live a long life. We want to live a long, healthy life. Each product in this system is an answer to one of the metabolic health obstacles that we discussed earlier. Together as a system, the MetaPWR products support our metabolic function to power our bodies effectively, slow biological aging, and close the gap between lifespan and health span. Thanks.
As you can see in this depiction of the wellness pyramid, we have been focusing on the bottom 2 foundational levels, which are so important to our health and wellness. And that was a lot of great information. The next 3 levels are also vitally important to our health, and we could and do teach entire workshops on each one. but we value your time and know that education is best consumed in small bite-sized pieces. Okay, so maybe today was a big bite. So we're going to skip these 3 all-important middle levels just for today and wrap up with the top layer of the pyramid, which is proactive healthcare. However, before we jump into that, we want to invite you to join us for continuing education on these other 3 levels. They are rest and managing stress, reducing toxicity, and informed self-care, which I like to think of as the best type of self-care. We will share a link with you in a few minutes so you can learn how to opt in for these additional education pieces. As I mentioned, our last section today is the final level of the wellness pyramid, proactive medical care. In this last video, Dr. Riggs has some words of wisdom for us on the importance of proactive medical care.
So what is proactive medical care? Proactive care is personalized health care that encourages patients to take more control of their own care. It's creating a team of health and wellness professionals that you can partner with to help you reach your health goals. So I want to explain a few concepts. Number 1 would be for you as wellness advocates. Meet the individual where they are. Sometimes as wellness advocates, we give our customers such large bites to consume that they can't possibly eat it, and so they leave the whole thing on the table. We know, for instance, that walking 10,000 steps daily is a healthy habit that reaps incredible benefits. However, when getting up from a chair is painful, 10,000 steps a day is asking someone to climb Mount Everest. Melinda Gates said this: human-centered design is about meeting people where they are and really taking their needs and feedback into account. When you let people participate in the design process, you find that they often have ingenious ideas about what would really help them. Another concept is to be curious, not furious. The culture of taking care of people has often been a parental one in which we are the parent and the individual seeking help is the child. A kind of you had better do as you're told sort of relationship. Many of us recognize how unhealthy this is, but yet it continues. So if this is the case, maybe we can take something from the psychology of parenting that will help us not get so burned out. When children do not do as we expected them, we often become angry and frustrated with them. Parenting psychology tells us that if we were to become curious about the behavior, we may help that child change their behavior when we help them explore the reasons behind what they've done. This is true in individuals trying to change their health as well. When they are non-compliant, we often blame or criticize them and sadly take this on as a failure on our part. Once we put the anger in check and become curious about the behavior, we find ourselves becoming smoother, and we realize that human transformation comes from the heart. A great quote from Brené Brown, one of my wife's favorite authors, said this: choosing to be curious is choosing to be vulnerable, because it requires us to surrender to uncertainty. It wasn't always a choice. We were born curious. But over time, we learn that curiosity, like vulnerability, can lead to hurt. As a result, we turn to self-protecting, choosing certainty over curiosity, armor over vulnerability, and knowing over learning. Be curious about your health. Ask questions. The next concept is don't give away your power. Tom Hanks said this, quote, "The power of the individual is as powerful as the universe is infinite," unquote. What can you do to harness your power as a patient? You need to know your risks and numbers. Health screenings are an important part of maintaining good health, especially as you get older. Health screenings can detect problems early when chances for successful treatment are greatest. Know your numbers, especially markers such as cholesterol, fasting blood sugar, hemoglobin A1C, BMI, which is a function of body weight, and blood pressure. And lastly, and probably most importantly, surround yourself by a team. Modern healthcare is a team sport. The best experience for you and your healthcare should feature a cadre of health professionals working together to deliver quality care. Studies have shown that interprofessional collaboration in healthcare can help to reduce preventable adverse drug reactions, decrease mortality rates, and optimize medication dosages.
When it came to choosing a distribution method, doTERRA was extremely deliberate when choosing the direct selling model. Essential oils and supplement choices are incredibly personal. Having someone who can introduce you to and then educate and guide you so that you are confident in using your purchases is invaluable. This is what defines a doTERRA wellness advocate. We just shared with you a lot of information today, and for some of you, it may feel a little much. And that's why it's important to have personalized support. We're real people with our own personal wellness journeys and challenges we've overcome, which is why we are so passionate about serving others. We are honored to be your first point of contact and personal guides in this wellness journey. Now, it doesn't matter to me whether you start with one oil or an enrollment kit. What matters is that you get started with what's best for you. There are so many fabulous benefits with the doTERRA membership, but we won't have time to sort through them all today. However, rest assured, we will take the time to cover them with you as you get your account started. We're almost ready to switch over to our Q&A portion to answer any questions you may have. But first, we have some amazing event specials that we want to share with you. Keep in mind, these special prices are only valid today during this event. The first is for the MetaPWR system, which we have covered in depth today. This is a savings of 15% over wholesale pricing. That's 36% off of retail. So while tomorrow you can buy this kit for $179 at wholesale, today only you get it for $152.25. That's an additional savings of over $25. I want you to take note in the back of your mind of the 125 PV. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. To recap, the MetaPWR system is the first and only system that synergistically provides support for a healthy metabolism, curbing cravings, sustaining normal range glycemic and insulin response evenly throughout the day, and naturally promoting cellular energy. When combined with healthy lifestyle choices, MetaPWR products can help you feel great and look younger. The MetaPWR system helps us live our most powerful life, supporting our metabolism, energy, and health on a cellular level. The second special we have for you today is the Healthy Habits Kit. Today only, you'll save an additional 15% for over the wholesale price. Again, that's 36% discount off of retail. Tomorrow or next week, you can purchase this kit at the wholesale price of $195. But today only, it's $165.75. That's about a $30 savings off of wholesale. Again, remember to take note of that 100 PV. Let me summarize this kit for you. If you want to be the healthiest version of yourself, the best way to take charge of your wellness is by building habits. Every day we make choices that either contribute to or take away from our overall health. Making healthy choices is much easier when you have a routine. The products in this kit are the tools you need to create and support those healthy habits every single day. The Healthy Habits Kit has many of the products that we have talked about earlier in the presentation. The Lifelong Vitality Pack, which is our foundation of supplements. Terrazyme, because we are what we absorb. PB Assist, because our gut health affects our immune system, our mood, and so much more. The Deep Blue Rub. Now this one's going to come in handy as we increase our energy and therefore increase our movement. We've got lavender, balance, and frankincense essential oils. These are used in my home to help us deal with rest and manage our stress levels. There's tangerine essential oil, which we use daily to aid in reducing our toxic load. And then there's On Guard, which in our house is one of the most valued tools when it comes to informed self-care. These 5 oils will provide you with the basic support you need as you dig into each level of the wellness pyramid. You should you opt into our additional education on the middle levels of the pyramid, you'll be ready to go. We love decisive people who know when they need to take steps to improve their health and are ready to commit to those changes. We have a couple of fast action bonuses to offer. We base these bonuses on the product value of your purchase. And so that's that PV that we talked about a little bit earlier. For any new customer, whether you are joining with us or with someone else, you have the opportunity to get the Pebble Diffuser for free. Simply make sure your order's PV total is a minimum of 150 points. Exclusively for those of you who are not currently a customer of doTERRA and are ready to make a decision today to get started on reclaiming your health with one of us 4 gals, these are the fast-acting bonuses we have to offer you. If your order's PV total is at least 100 points, you will receive a 15 milliliter bottle of Adaptive. Now this blend is all about mental health. Next, if your order's PV total is at least 150 points, you'll receive that Adaptive and the Pebble Diffuser. And then last, if your order's PV total is at least 200 points, you will receive the Adaptive, the Pebble Diffuser, a 15 milliliter Citrus Bliss, and a 4 milliliter roller bottle of Frankincense Touch. Pretty amazing, right? Lastly, I want to talk about the 3 types of people we serve in doTERRA, just so you know what the possibilities are. The first type of person is excited to live a natural lifestyle. When these people learn about the power of essential oils, they can't wait to share the products with their families. doTERRA supports this type of person by providing free essential oil education and a generous loyalty rewards program. P.S. As a customer, you can earn doTERRA dollars. That's like store credit for doTERRA.com. Just by telling your friends and family about your favorite products through the Refer a Friend program. The second type of person is sitting here thinking, oh, my mother needs this product, or I really want my friend to know about this. These people naturally want to share what they love. doTERRA supports this type of person by rewarding their efforts to share products and earning extra money each month. Millions of people worldwide currently receive products this way from doTERRA. The third type of person has been listening to me and thinking, that's what I want to do. I want to change people's lives by educating them about the powers of essential oils and a holistic lifestyle. doTERRA supports this type of person with a generous compensation plan. If you're the second or third type of person, when you complete the form we will share with you in just a minute, you can let us know and we will get more information to you. The process to get started is simple. We're going to paste this link in the chat so that you have easy access to it. And if you're watching this on a desktop, a laptop, or a tablet, you can scan the QR code that we have for you with your smartphone camera. For those of you who already have an account, once you complete the form we have linked, we'll make sure to get the discount codes out to you. If you're new to doTERRA, just complete this form and one of us will contact you after the Q&A session to answer any further questions or help you get started. Faith, Shelley, Jennifer, and I would like to thank you for joining us today, taking the time to make your health a priority. We look forward to getting to know you better and being of service in the coming days. We're going to go ahead and stop the recording now and open for discussions, open the discussion for questions. So if you want to, you